little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Episode 16. That was last week's. We beat the cheese.
What's up with people spitting on each other?
Jamar Chase spits on me.
Yeah. And then he lied about it afterwards. He's like, oh, I didn't spit on anybody. They got video of you spitting at Ramsey. Well, I mean, it is Cowboys week, so.
Yeah.
That's how you started the pod last time. And what did I say to you? Don't come with that energy. Be excited. We just beat the Lions. Could you sound a little more enthusiastic?
I'm trying.
Let's try that again. What's that? Oh, major pain. I'm about to major pain your ass right now.
I'll show you major pain. Anyway.
You do not deserve any love.
We'll figure it out, Gertrude. Anyways.
Not a bad name. Gertrude, not a terrible name.
Welcome, Gertrude, to the One of 32 podcast. I'm your boy Dons, sitting here with my boy KP, my lovely host for this evening. Chris, say hello to everybody.
What's up, Birds fans? How we doing today? I'm feeling great. It's Cowboys week.
It's Cowboys week. Mm-hmm. What's up with the Dallas Cowboys and their star?
Don's is working out a new voice. We've replaced the Trump with whatever this is.
And in today's episode, what's up with that?
I think it's great. I'm telling you, Don. It's like your alter ego. But it's not so politically charged, you know?
Yeah, true. Although he is,
he's there at all times, folks.
So in today's episode, we're going to bring to you a little bit of breakdown of what happened Eagles-Lions on Sunday Night Football, which love the primetime spot, hate having to wait all day for the game. So super annoying.
And going to bed at midnight, if not later.
Yeah, it's
on a Sunday night.
Pretty inconvenient.
The things you do for love.
For real. So today we have on the agenda, we're going to talk a little bit Eagles defense. Jared sees ghost, the offensive struggles, and obviously we'll get into Cowboys week. So let's start with Chris. Obviously, elephant in the room is myself, but Eagles beat the Lions. What was the score? 16 to
9.
16-9 in Lincoln Financial Field. Jared Goff out there, shell of a man. Oh, Bumna. What are your thoughts overall about where the Eagles are? And did you notice that I forgot to turn on the light?
That's okay. Don's,
pause.
We don't need the light.
We don't need the light, but you can talk. I'm going to go turn it on.
So, Don's, the number is 16. No, not because that was the score of the most recent Lions-Eagles game, but 16 points the Eagles have given up in the last 8 quarters of football. Let me repeat, 16 points allowed in 8 quarters of football.
That's insane. Vic Fangio's defense is cooking.
This is not the 1975 NFL season. This is not the 1995 football season. It's not even the 2005 season, Dons. We're in 2025, and we have defense making plays. What I put, Dons, it's the law firm of Carter and Davis.
The Carter Davis Incorporated, LLP.
Dons, we're batting balls. We're disrupting quarterbacks, and we're your team's worst nightmare right now.
Honestly, the interior of our defense has stepped up tremendously for this team. The combination of not only Jalen Carter, not only Jordan Davis, Moro Jomo has brought the heat in a way that I did not anticipate. I loved Moro last year. I really liked what he brought to the table. I like the passion he plays with, the aggression he plays with, but he's been just flat out dominant. Did you expect this type of performance from him? What is this, year 2?
No, I did not, Dons. It is year 2. In the summer, we talked about he could be one of the players who might need to take a jump if this pass rush is going to be successful.
Yep.
Losing Milton Williams. Hope he's okay. Sending best wishes to he and his family.
I love
He's going to be on
Milty.
the IR. And also losing Sweat. So Ajomo has been unbelievable. Does this maybe, Dons, have something to do with the new addition we brought in? I mean, anytime there's an outsider that comes into the locker room in your position group, you're a football player. I did not play. I would assume it brings a new level of focus, a new level of, oh, there's someone else here to take plays away from me, or the GM thinks that we need more help on the pass rush. Oh, let me show you why we don't. So is it maybe a Jomo reacting to the move that was made, or is he just taking a second-year leap, Dons?
I feel like he was showing these flashes last year, so I don't think it was Phillips coming in making him play any different. I feel like he's been playing pretty consistently solid all year. I think
taking
he's
a
just
step.
coming into his own these last few games. And let's not forget, and maybe this is a little tarnish on the reputation or on the mark, right? Maybe not reputation, but the past couple of weeks, the opposing team has been losing interior offensive linemen every game. So you getting starter versus backup, it's usually going to be favorable to the starter.
Yep.
Usually you're not going to have that backup come in and play well. You're not the Philadelphia Eagles. You ain't got the depth we got. You don't bring the boys we pack. You don't have the hogs we tie. The Philadelphia Eagles know how to build a roster, and these teams can take a page out of Howie Roseman's book.
That's
I don't
what we do.
understand why people keep neglecting their backup positions. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Dons, the defense has
Call me Ms.
officially.
Rachel.
What is it?
Call me Ms. Rachel.
What's that?
The old white lady that does the videos for the kids on YouTube. The YouTube. You don't know YouTube, Ms. Rachel?
I've heard the name, but
Jaga Jaga.
the defense has graduated, Downs. Jordan Davis not only lost weight this offseason, but he found
Yeah, he
himself
looks
out
good.
there. He found
looks
himself.
My boy wants to get paid.
A combined 5 pass deflections, a.k.a. knockdowns of Jared Goff pass attempts for the duo of Carter and Davis.
Apparently, there was some study out there saying that Jared Goff has a low trajectory, which I didn't come up with. It was actually Chris. So I'm stealing his points. But it's also a testament to how much this young defense believes in their coach and the teaching of discipline and always being in every single play, which I would have liked to seen in our secondary, having a couple plays of Jameson Williams getting big yards and a touchdown because our safety decided to stop playing football all of a sudden. I'm here to watch the game. I'm just
Free
a game
roaming.
watching safety. Don't mind me. Watch you run and I will watch.
Dons, you made a great point just now, talking about Vic Fangio and the coach that he is. I would imagine this week in the team meetings, the message was not, we're going to hunt sacks today. It's going to be, hey, when you don't get to the quarterback, it's just as important to get your hands up and get your hands on the ball, disrupt his throwing
Never
lanes.
out of the play.
And I give credit to not only Fangio, but also the players, Dons. It takes a certain type of selfless player. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is the selfless player. I was actually going to pose this question to you. So here's the thing Vic Fangio's benefit gets, right? He goes to the Miami Dolphins and he's coaching a bunch of stars. A bunch of stars don't like being told what to do because they're stars. We shine brightest when we do what we do. Now, he comes to the Eagles and he has a ton of rookie players. He has a ton of years 3 and down on the field right now. People who just came into their own, like Zach Bond. My point in rambling all these people being that the people that we had on this defense didn't have a right to tell a coach in the NFL how they should not play. So they all came in and bought into the Vic Fangio defense. My question to you is, do you think if we erase what happened in the past. We have the same group of players, and we fast forward the table 4 years. All these guys, Carter, Davis, Quinion, Cooper, even Reed Blankenship. Let's put in Makuba in there. Ojomo, Nolan Smith. All these guys on defense are in their second big major contract, and Vic Fangio walks into the building for the first time. Do you think he gets the same output of that defense than he's getting with these young group of talent that's playing for him right now?
I see the point, Dons. The veterans sometimes believe they have it all figured out already. Why do we need to change, do anything different? I've had success already. With the young players, you have the ability to mold, put them into what you want. To answer your question,
Some injection molding, baby.
yeah, I mean, I guess in your scenario, if we hadn't won the Super Bowl and they didn't have that experience, they'd have to just buy into what Vic was saying. But I think because they've had the early success, you get that buy-in a little bit quicker. Similar to when a coach comes in and you have that immediate success, you win early, the players start to look around and say, wait a minute, does this guy actually know what he's talking about? Maybe we should buy in.
Yeah. So do you think they would have the same success, or do you feel like things would be different?
I don't know if I understand the question because
So I'm asking if Vic Fangio comes into a star-studded defense of actual established stars in this league. Quinion Mitchell has been a lockdown corner for 4 years. Cooper DeJean, lockdown corner for 4 years. Carter, 4 years. Everybody's on the second contract making big money, right? They've been experienced in the NFL. I guess what I'm saying is, like, basically my point for this question is he's getting young, moldable players that believe in his message and don't know any better. And because they're buying in, everything's working. But if you had guys that were already established in the NFL and came in and didn't buy into Vic Fangio, that's when you get the headbutts. That's when you get the doubting coach, or he makes me work too hard, or this is too difficult to
hot
practice.
in Miami.
You know?
We're practicing
Yeah,
too
you know what I'm
hard.
saying? Like, you get more of that than what you get now because they have true faith in their coach. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb and phrased it wrong, but I think it's really just you.
I understand.
I'm just playing. I just
I
asked
think
it wrong.
I was confused with did the players play under Vic for those last 4 years and
No,
get
I
those
said
reps?
if they walked in the first time.
Well, if they're already proven, what's Vic been doing for 4 years? That's where my head goes. But
What do you mean he'd just be a D coordinator? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It was a bad question.
No, it wasn't a bad question.
No,
I
it
understand
was a
what you're
bad
saying.
question. That's what you're saying right now is a bad question. So we're moving on.
The defense is the story here, Dons, but the offense continues to look constipated.
Yeah, they do, but I'm not done talking about the defense because with the fruition of our interior defensive linemen playing so well comes the newly acquired Jalen Phillips playing tremendous defense for us. I apparently love the word tremendous, but Phillips has been balling outrageous. He's been balling like we've never balled before. We had Jalix Hunt getting pressure past like 3-4 games now pretty consistently. Brandon Graham, I think, has been a positive addition. Not that he's been flashing off the screen or anything like that, but he's not a problem, so that's a positive. And let's not overlook again the return of Nakobe Dean, his impact on this defense, and not only just his impact on the field. When you listen to players talk on press conferences and talk about how much he means to them, he really gets he's the glue to this whole unit. It's the craziest thing. This little man Kobe has been the glue to this defense, man. And ever since he's been inserted to the roster, like, I don't see how Jahad Campbell gets on the field that often. It's a great problem to have.
Most teams don't even have two good linebackers,
Or
Dons.
one.
We've been blessed with three.
Yeah.
The
And
defense, go ahead, yep.
no, go ahead.
No, just the defense overall has transformed to me in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know if it's Phillips coming on board. I don't know if it's
Has a big thing to do with it. And also the return of Nolan Smith, too.
Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, or maybe it's just the defense is turning a corner. We're at the point in the season where, it's
Well, we'll see.
yeah, we're more than halfway there, but we're almost to the point where you kind of know who you are as a team.
Yeah.
We're past week 4, we're past week 6. That whole, we're still trying things or figuring things out. Yes, new players, especially young players. I think I heard Fangio today talking about Makuba, how much he's improved.
Oh, he was flashing on the field. He was making plays around the ball, pushing people out of bounds.
Yep.
He's been playing great.
So the defense overall has been phenomenal, but I think it does start with the pass rush. That's the best they've looked in the last 2
1,000%.
weeks. So
Makes everybody else's job so much easier. And we have to give credit where credit is due. Everybody was talking so bad about him. I know I was.
who's that?
Torrey Jackson had one of his best games as an Eagle, I think, last night versus the Detroit Lions.
As my
2 nights
grandfather
ago,
would
I should
say, he did his job.
Yeah.
He did his job. He actually showed up and performed today.
But he played with such, the whole defense does, and it's very contrast to the offense. They played with so much energy. They care so much. And let's face it, Dan Campbell calling 5 fourth down plays and getting stopped on all of them.
Dan
Will
Campbell.
get anybody hype. But shout out to this defense, because that's what, honestly, we need in order to be able to make a deep playoff run and get ourselves back to the Lombardi Trophy game.
Speaking of Lombardi, the last time I saw a defense that was that dominant, it was in February of last season when the Birds hoisted up a Lombardi in front of Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, it almost seems like we're playing better defense than we did that year.
Well, some aspects are better. We'll get into those
Bro,
players.
that pick by
Overall, though, I don't know, man. That pass rush was scary. Milton and Sweat together.
I think
with
I
Carter.
think what we saw last night was scarier than that.
Well, they're definitely younger. Phillips and Hunt and Ajomo.
Phillips.
They're explosive and they look rejuvenated. It's not just Phillips that looks rejuvenated. It's the whole defensive unit now.
One would say
What?
the Detroit Lions didn't even have an answer.
Don's has been singing that all day today. No,
I
you're
tried
right.
to go, but my pride won't let me die.
From Trump to Diddy Don's, we're in trouble, man.
Diddy Dons. Listen,
Can we talk about Jared Goff now?
let's talk about Jared Goff, because that man, and we all know this is what Jared Goff does.
Jared Gaff.
Gaff was a shell of a man. He could never satisfy us on the field. That's why we go with Jalen Hurts, who was also lackluster. But Jared Goff tends to struggle in outdoor weather that is not ideal for his beautiful, precious, little, rich hands.
Correct. He's just a different guy, Don's. Not only on the road, but outdoors. That was
Just
the big thing.
Off target, just throwing the ball way too fast. Even when there wasn't pressure, he felt like it was pressure. He was constantly getting hit in the backfield. He was putting the ball in danger. Just overall bad game by Jared Goff. And this is why I always used to pick Wentz over Jared.
That's an interesting conversation to have. I think Goff has had a better career, but the ceiling or the peak of Wentz, I think, was better. You know, at their
much
best.
better.
Wentz
Even
was
Wentz
better.
this year with the Minnesota Vikings before he got injured was balling.
Also balling, throwing the ball to the other team sometimes, but no, he did play good this year.
Yeah.
Goff.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me, Dons,
Tell me.
of an infamous video now of Mr. Samuel Darnold.
Ooh,
I believe it
get
was
the
a
strays.
Sunday or a Monday night game against the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
He was mic'd up, and Darnold was caught saying something along the lines of, like, I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Kids see ghosts. Kid sees ghosts. Poor Sam Darnold. I remember watching that game and just how, no disrespect, how pathetic it was to just like see him throw in the towel and just be like, man, doesn't matter what I do, it's gonna be a pick.
Yeah.
Poor Sam.
I could only imagine the conversations that Jared Goff and Dan Campbell were having coming off the sideline. Like, the guy's open. Goff would seem to have some time and then all of a sudden, pass deflection.
Yeah.
Carter jumps up. Davis jumps up. Phillips is in the backfield. Ajomo hits him as he's throwing the ball. We were
N'Kobe
all
Dean?
over
No,
him.
wait, we
Yes.
can't go N'Kobe Dean blasting through his blocker to knock down Jared Goff.
What a hit.
What a man.
He did come through with force.
What a man, what a mighty good man. Oh, there's the YouTube strike.
The other thing, Don's, Jalen Carter reminds me of It's a new hobby, I guess you'd call it, or a new thing people are doing. It's called like a rage room. Have you heard of a rage room before? Where you go in and they give you a bunch of things to break, smash, crash, hammer, break glass. That's what Jalen Carter is on the football field.
What I call my skull for my brain.
That's literally what Jalen Carter is on the field. He's just trying to break, puncture, bruise, do damage to your offensive line and or quarterback. He just wants to shit up. And usually he does.
Yeah. Jalen Carter plays football like a violent man because it's a violent sport.
He is mean.
He's a beast. Jalen Carter is constantly getting pressure. And a lot of people were asking in the beginning of the season, where's Jalen? Where's Jalen? Where's Jalen? It does really look like those injuries were hampering his play. And maybe
he was out of shape.
Maybe he just wasn't in the best shape, man. And he's rounding into form. Now, we're 8-2 now, right? So we're week 11.
Yep.
So this was right around the time back in 2023 that our team started falling apart. Obviously, we lost 6 of 7 of our last season games and ended up getting blown out by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've been telling you that this doesn't feel like 2023 to me. We have been having a lot of issues offensively, and that's what we'll transition into unless you have something else to say about the defense.
No, I just wanted to ask you if you think the defense is capable of carrying this team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, hell yeah. Why wouldn't they be? Honestly, why wouldn't they be? Now, I will tell you this. We did play the Detroit Lions, who, in reality, their number one wide receiver, which is Amon-Ra St. Brown, is not, in my opinion, a traditional number one wide receiver. I kind of put him in the same category as Devontae Smith, which I think Smitty's like a little bit better than Amon St. Brown as far as his ceiling, but they're both like that 1B receiver. Like him, Smitty, Higgins, like those 3 guys belong like in the same tree, which I think Higgins would be on the bottom of those other 2. I don't think he's in the same classes like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, even, honestly, you know who might belong there?
Who's that?
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, yeah.
I think
he's a diva, but
I think he's like that. You know how when you do the breakdown abbreviations of like letters when you're adding it as a variable, it'll be like A, B. Like I feel like CeeDee Lamb is that 1AB receiver where like you don't know what you're gonna get, if you're gonna get that trash C level performance that he's known to give out, or if he's gonna do all the spectacular stuff that he's been able to do, you know, for the Cowboys and that we've seen. He's a little topsy-turvy type dude. I don't know where we're going with this. Anyway, yeah. And Jameson Williams, he just has bad hands. If he had great hands, he would be a great receiver, but he has bad hands. So it's not like we're necessarily playing the best offensive weapons on the outside, which makes it a lot easier for our cornerbacks to play well, especially a guy like Adoree Jackson who could benefit from a drop ball or 2.
Yeah. The Lions, again, this is the second week in a row. It seems like the opposing team is not finding a way to pick on Adoree Jackson or whoever our second corner is.
Yeah.
If it was me, he'd be getting 10 targets a game downs minimum. Just keep throwing at Adoree Jackson.
Yo,
somebody's going to do it.
Shout out to Keely Ringo for continuing to ball outrageous on special teams. This man lost his starting spot, was giving another chance, and then they took it away again, and he's still flying down the field on special teams. Maybe he knows that that's his ticket into the NFL, to staying in the NFL for a long time, because you can make a really great career playing special teams and always being around because let's face it, and I'll tell you from experience, player, being on special teams beats working a 9 to 5, if you know what I mean. So you better keep grinding on that punt return, kid, because you ain't want to be punching in no clocks, bro. I promise you.
You still get a 200% match on your 401k, whether you're the starting quarterback or special teamer downs.
Yeah, so I would say keep doing your thing, man. not that it matters that I'm proud, but I'm like very happy to see him continuing to perform, not for the team, but for himself. Because while I think he's not a great corner, I do like him as a player. It's not his fault that there's a disconnect between his brain and the football field, the live football field. Because I feel like Keely Ringo is one of those dudes that balls so well in practice, but there's just something about the lights or the moment that is just not clicking with him, because he's faster than every cornerback we got. He's taller than most of the cornerbacks we got. Everything as far as a hard skill, one would say, a physical attribute, Keely's got. It's just the performance just isn't there.
Yeah, sometimes guys with a lot of talent get a longer leash. He's going to turn the corner. He's got a lot of promise. He's got a lot of potential,
and they're walking people on the streets on leashes. What's up, Oil?
It's not working out, Dons, for Ringo. But yes, let's transition to the offense. I think Dons has some things to get off his chest, so brace yourself, folks.
I don't know about what chest he's speaking of, but offensively, it is no secret that the Philadelphia Eagles has been struggling this whole entire offseason to create a consistent game flow and be able to manage the game from, I guess, a position of power. It almost seems like we keep ending these games in a position where we need to hang on to a victory opposed to going to get the victory. And I'm going to bring up that last fourth down that Nick Sirianni had, where we were 3rd and 1. We go for the tush push. We get half of it. And then with, I think, 2 minutes left, 2 minutes, 15 seconds or something like that left. I forget the exact time, but it was around there. Nick Sirianni ends up calling a tush push, and we get stopped again. Now, was it the right call? No. But do I understand why he did it? Yes. Because he was telling the guys, like, I know things don't look good right now. I know our offense has been struggling all day, but I have so much faith in my offense. I have so much faith in the leaders of this team that we're going to go for it. We're going to get it. And the offense is going to be the reason why we close this game out. So, to me, I don't hate the play call, but I am frustrated with what we got going on offense, because we have a lot of talented players who are not being utilized to their full capacity. And I'll even stop you there. Not even full capacity, bro. We're not even getting half of the capabilities from any of these guys on the field, man. We have Saquon taking these stupid swing passes, but 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage all the time, when you know he's being keyed. It doesn't work when you're not spreading the ball down the field. We have A.J. Brown, where I don't know if you saw, we chatted a little bit about this, and fan viewers, maybe if I ever get good at producing, I could post a little video now. If you see A.J. Brown's route tree, there's almost nothing in the middle of the field, where he last year was literally from sideline to sideline all over the place on offense with Kellen Moore. And he's being utilized in what? Run a go route, run a slant, or run a comeback route. That's the routes that A.J. Brown is running. Very elementary, very frustrating. We have Devontae Smith being asked to make the big, tough boy catches on purpose. We don't need that from Devontae. That's not who he is. That's not where he excelled. Can he do it and step up in a big moment? Yes, he can, but that doesn't mean we should be forcing those big moments to Devontae Smith. We have Dallas Goedert, who I think has been the best weapon all year for us. That
most consistent.
I don't really have anything to add there. Excuse me. I do think Dallas Goedert has been being used well. And then Saquon's obviously a step slower than what we're used to seeing, because whenever Tanks Bigsby comes onto the field, this man's running at a speed that is, honestly, it's not even the speed. The energy and juice that man got compared to the other 10 people on the field is not even close to comparable from one on to the other. And then we have injured offensive linemen. So, all that being said, this goes to show how important coaching can be, Chris. Now, I just said a whole lot, Chris. I always say I said a whole lot, then it ends up being like 2 seconds. But I just said a whole lot. Mm-hmm. Chris, how do you feel about our offensive struggles? Because I kind of just went on a tangent, and I don't think I really made that much sense.
You make sense, Dons.
I know it makes sense,
you
but
make
that's not what we
dollars.
were talking about.
You make dollars and you make sense. So what I have in front of me, I'm just going to read you the title of the article, and then I'll disclose to you when this was written. Eagles star Lane Johnson on offensive struggles. Quote, "We are a constipated offense."
Yep.
You might think to yourself, Dons, well, that was probably, 2 weeks ago, Packers game, we scored 10 points. Maybe it was even this game. Lakers offense didn't move the ball really well at all consistently. The date on the article, Dons, October 2024, oddly.
Really?
So this
Same
was
time
said
last year?
last year by Lane Johnson. Now, October 14th, so this is probably week 6, week 7, maybe week 5-ish. So still the first quarter of the season, but I say this to say this offense struggled last year, Dons.
Yep.
The big difference?
I mean, I've been saying it all year.
The big difference was what?
Our running game.
And where did that start from?
Our offensive line with Mekhi Becton.
And when did we change our offensive game plan, Dons? After the bye week. You know I love talking about this meeting, and I'm going to talk about it again.
He's going to say it. He's going to talk about the things that were said.
The Eagles
I hate
started
it.
last season 2-2. Ugly start after the way 2023 ended, that ugly loss in Tampa Bay. Week 3, week 4, we were saying to ourselves, have things been fixed? Is Sirianni on the hot seat?
Hot seat, hot seat.
Hot seat, hot seat. Now, fast forward to now. Kellen Moore has gone to the Saints. He's won his Super Bowl, and now he's a head coach in the NFL. Bye-bye. Thank you for the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
New play caller comes in. Somebody who's never called plays before. And now we're in week 11, and our offense is struggling again. So, Dons, last year, the solution, I'm very solution-minded. You know me. Any problem can be fixed unless, as my dad says, someone has passed away. Everything else can be
The grand
fixed.
solution.
Last year was the run game. This year is our run game capable of saving the day again. The offensive line hasn't been playing well, hasn't been playing consistent. We just lost Lane Johnson for 4 to 6 weeks. He probably won't be back during the regular season. I doubt he plays a regular season snap for us. Probably saving him for the playoffs, maybe week 18, even if we need the game. My point being is, what's going to save the offense this year if it's not going to be the run game in the offensive line? Is it going to be Jalen Hurts throwing the ball? Is it going to be Jalen running more? We saw a bit more of that against the Lions.
And we did start moving the chains once Jalen started running.
Or could it be A.J. Brown? Could A.J. be the solution, Dons? Is he going to be the one that turns the season around?
The savior.
I doubt it, but go ahead.
I know you doubt it, but I don't. You know what's going to save the season this year? It's not going to be the running game. I mean, who knows, man? It could be Tank Bigsby. It could be Tank Bigsby.
God.
It could be. It could be, man. But
If it is, we're in trouble.
no, I don't think so.
We can't win a Super Bowl with Tank Bigsby as our best player. Or our,
No,
you know
not
what
our
I mean?
best player, but
Like if he saves us,
the game changer.
maybe.
I don't know.
What's
Anyways,
that say about Saquon?
if you ask my opinion, I think the thing that's going to save the season for us is going to be finally understanding how to use the middle of the field.
Hello?
We're constantly running outside zone. We're constantly
Kevin?
doing these sweep, swing passes, running fade routes, running these back shoulder fades, running comeback routes, curl routes. The only thing we do in the middle of the field is occasionally we throw the slant, and that's not even the middle of the field. That's at the numbers. We need to start utilizing the middle of the field because defenses are starting to favor the outside. We have our tendencies, and unless Kevin Patullo can get it into Jalen Hurts' brain to start throwing to the middle of the field and calling plays that utilizes every inch of that field, this season will not turn around. So I think what needs to turn around and what needs to be saved is flat out coaching. I don't think this is a player's issue. I think this is a, what is it, personnel? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
KYP, know your personnel.
Know your personnel. So I think this is a Kevin Patullo problem. I'm sorry, Kevin. I want you to do well. I also want you fired, but we are 8-2, so we're doing well. Yeah, I think Kevin Patullo getting his head out of the sand is what's going to save this season. That's what changed everything for us. Because think about it. Last year, we had that conversation.
Yep.
Kellen Moore was the one that adjusted. I think, again, it's going to be Kevin Patullo that saves the season or the reason we sink.
Here's a thought, Dons.
I have some.
Have we already tried to have a meeting? Has the meeting already happened? Like we don't know about it? We did hear about a 3-hour conversation.
Manufacture magic,
we
bro.
heard
We can't
about
do it.
A 3-hour conversation that Jalen and AJ and Saquon had. Apparently they downplayed it, but they had some 3-hour conversation.
Well, it didn't work because they're all pissed at each other still.
That's what I mean.
You can't manufacture magic.
Did we already have the meeting and it's too late? But
it's not too late, dude. We're 8-2, and for how bad our offense has been, it hasn't been dead. The problem with our offense is that we're either very successful or not successful at all. And it's not like we're doing these scoring plays. Why are my hands like that? It's not like we're doing 3 plays, 60 yards, touchdown. We're doing like 8 to 12 play drives, driving down the field, then scoring. So that's the reason why I still have optimism. I think that truly, very truly, A, it's Kevin Patullo. B, it's the A.J. Brown drama. And C, it's Jalen Hurts, quite frankly, being a human being and being annoyed that A.J. is kind of being a little bitch about everything. You're a 100 millionaire. You're freaking nasty. You probably have a huge dong. Your braids are tight. You have a nice car. You won a Super Bowl. You're a 1,000-yard wide receiver.
he wants
years
more
in,
out of
years
life.
out.
He wants more, Don.
It's fine.
More
It's fine that
targets.
he wants. Honestly, I'm more concerned about A.J. Brown, his like personal life, more than I am him as a football player. Like, bro, are you okay? Go get help if you need help. Like, take care of whatever's bothering you. And if it's AJ Brown, if it's Jalen Hurts, I get it, dude. Sometimes your coworkers suck and you don't want to do it. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you. But I'm more worried about AJ as a human being than I am as a football player. And I think he is so important to this team that his mood and attitude is just something that all 10 people on that field that are with him are wearing. People aren't excited on offense. There's no energy. Everybody seems so concerned on doing the right thing that they're not having fun. People are too uptight, trying to make sure everything's perfect. And what are we getting because of it? We're getting false starts. We're getting more holding penalties. We're getting people that I know there's been a couple times we have ran the wrong route pattern combination, because there's almost no reason why in the NFL you should be 20 yards down the field and have wide receivers 3 to 5 yards away from each other. That's just not smart play calling. I can give it to you every now and then if you're doing like a scissors route or something like that, but too often have I seen AJ Brown and Jahan Dotson within 5 yards, 3 yards of each other, and then the ball getting thrown and nothing happening because there's too many defenders in one space. There's just what?
I told you Dons was frustrated with the offense. I let him go. I let him go on
There's
his tangent.
So much more to go.
Go ahead.
Honestly. Well, no, because I'm losing my place. But the offensive line troubles that we're having. Jordan Mailata, I told you, has been having a down season. He did not have a great year last year. I don't care what anybody says. Jordan Mailata's season last year was worse than year one. This season has been worse than last year. He's being so inconsistent. Landon Dickerson is clearly not the same mountain of a man that he was the year before. Toph has been playing okay as a backup, but poor Cam Jurgens, bro, like, sit down, player. Sit down, read a book, take a page out of AJ, because you're clearly too injured to go through this shit. Like, get healthy and come back at the later half of the season. I just don't understand. Tyler Steen, he's trying his best. He's trying his best. That flag that they called on him when the defensive player was in the neutral zone and he touched his hands, he did nothing wrong. Those are the rules. The refs are just player haters. I actually think the last call of the game of pass interference on AJ was a makeup call for a terribly called game. Can you do me a favor? Can you look up what the referee and penalty yards were on the Eagle? Because maybe I'm just being homer and making it up. I know that both teams had penalties, but it almost felt like the refs were just doing stuff to like stick it to the birds all game long, man. And when you have a team that's so focused on creating success, on being perfect, on having the best execution that they possibly can. You're going to have more mistakes than when you're playing loose, enjoying what you're doing, and just taking care of business. And I think that also stems from Jalen Hurts' quest for perfection is rubbing off on the rest of the team in the wrong way. Not that it's a bad characteristic to have, but everybody's maybe taking themselves too seriously, and that's why we're struggling so much. Maha!
The Eagles were penalized 7 times in the Lions game.
How many yards do you know?
I'm looking it up.
Looking it up. But anyways, offensively, it's just frustrating because we've seen this team perform so well this season. At times, they just can't put it all together. Chris, why do you think the Philadelphia Eagles have been so reluctant to change things up on offense?
I first want to answer your question because I know you want the first downs and the penalties.
It's okay. You really don't have to.
Okay. No, I actually thought I found it, but I didn't, so I'm glad that you don't care. Why haven't we changed yet? We don't know if we haven't, Downs.
You should have just asked the UPT.
ChatGPT?
Ask the UPT. UPT. So while Chris does that, I'm going to take you through a little scenario here that has been really bothering me because coaching was, I guess, highlighted a little bit more than you normally would on that Sunday night game. Both teams, the Lions and the Eagles, have what you would say a pretty stacked roster on offense. You do have great players on both sides, and both teams seem to be getting very inconsistent play from their offensive side of the ball. Now, Chris looks to me like you got it. What was it?
Eagles, 9 penalties for 78 yards. Lions, 5 penalties for just 48 yards.
That's a big difference.
4 more penalties for 30 more yards.
That's a big difference, I think. Even though the Lions got robbed at the end, that was definitely not pass interference. But they weren't winning that game anyways. So, I forget what I was ranting about, but both teams have solid offenses. They're very inconsistent, but both teams are struggling because their offensive play callers are new. And not only are they just new to the team, they're also new to the position. And both head coaches, I think, are in very similar situations where Nick Sirianni and Brian Campbell are both not great offensive play callers. So it just goes to show how important coaching could be. Poor Jalen, and poor Jared Goff, honestly, are both taking a backslide this year to what they were doing last year. And I think it's honestly only because of worse coaching situations.
Interesting, Downs. I mean, I wasn't going to take us there, but any chance I get to take a shot at Tom Brady, you know I'm going to take it.
What you mean?
Tom Brady was blessed with who as his offensive coordinator for the majority of his career?
Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels.
Big Josh. Big J. Josh McDaniels.
What's the biggest story of the NFL season in regards to a team that you didn't expect to do well is all of a sudden on top of the AFC?
May.
That would be Drake May and the New England Patriots, folks. So let me just take a second to let that marinate, Patriots
Drake
fans. Don just got done talking about how much coaching matters, and I agree with him. Let's not forget that when we marry Tom Brady with Josh McDaniels for 15 years and all the genius things they did against the Ravens, having the guy lined up.
But my boy did go to Tampa and
scrimmage.
My boy did go to Tampa and pull it off in Tampa.
He did with a great play caller with
Bruce
Byron
Arians.
Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich?
Byron Leftwich was the offensive coordinator.
Leftwich was a great play caller at that time. Come on, bro.
Anyway, okay, so I agree with you, Dons. I'm going to actually piggyback off it and add another layer to it. Johnny Morton, the previous offensive coordinator for the Lions up until last week. Not that I'm a Lions fan or read a lot about it, but Lions fans have been so frustrated with him. Last year, Ben Johnson, the trick plays, the play where Goff pretends that he falls down, Don, so he can throw a touchdown pass. They were throwing touchdown passes to the offensive linemen last year. They were so creative.
Yeah.
This year, it's been a lot of boring, vanilla. Why isn't Jameson Williams taking a step? Where's David Montgomery? Why aren't they running the ball as much? We started to see a little bit more balance, more running the ball, with Mr. Dan Campbell, but I agree with you, Don's play calling does matter. You did call him Brian Campbell. Yes, you did.
You know why?
What?
That's my buddy's name. That's why.
I was wondering. I was like, who the hell is Brian Campbell? Hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian. Mr. Brian.
So
I'm a whack job, dude. My
go
bad.
ahead, Don. Finish up your offensive talk. So I want to talk about the Cowboys.
Nah, well, I mean, what the hell was I about to say? I had it, but then I lost it again. But I don't know. We'll switch on to the Cowboys in a second, but I do think Dan Campbell really cost the Lions that game. His inexperience in coaching and calling those plays in those crucial moments. I mean, calling an offensive drive is more of an art than it is mathematical, statistical, drawn up like type shit. You can have the best playbook in the world, but if you don't know how to properly call a game, set up your plays to be in success, it's not going to matter. And Dan Campbell showed why his inexperience in, okay, if you kick 3-4 field goals, now you're in a 3-score game versus the Eagles, opposed to being down 2 scores. It's just the inexperience showed. It's showing on the Eagles, showing on the Lions. It's showing on a lot of teams across the league. It's no coincidence that the great offensive play callers like Ben Johnson with the Bears being 7-3.
Kyle
I know
Shanahan.
I was talking a lot of crap earlier this year about him, but he's definitely is. I mean, nobody would have thought the Bears, other than maybe you, would be 7-3 right now. So, even Kellen Moore, man, the Saints' offense is starting to come alive a little bit in
Just
New
doesn't have
Orleans,
a lot
and
of
they
talent.
got terrible players and a terrible quarterback.
Dons, you just articulated how important it is for a play caller to know how to call the drive properly and go through it instead of just calling plays, and how important it is.
Yeah, you got to get into the flow state.
And yet the Philadelphia Eagles handed a metaphorical Bentley over to this guy, Kevin Patullo, and didn't even make him take a driving test, didn't even watch him,
No.
didn't even send him to driving school.
Here's a
We didn't send him to
spoiled-
Labonte's auto school to figure out how to drive.
Labonte's.
We just handed this guy, we just handed him the offense, Don, and said,
Yeah.
hey, you'll figure it out. I mean, I'm just, whose decision was that? Was that Howie's? Was it Sirianni? Because 2 years ago, supposedly Brian Johnson was a Sirianni thing. Like, hey, that's my buddy. Come on, let's trust him. I'm with you, Dons. I agree with you on how important it is. It just makes me question and say, well, the people who run the Eagles
I don't
are
think
very
that was a
intelligent.
Nick thing. I don't think Ben Johnson was a Nick thing. I think that
I
was
wish
a
we had
Howie
Ben
thing.
Johnson, bro. I wish.
I mean, Brian Johnson. Stop. You know, don't say things well.
Supposedly
Oh
it
my
was an
God.
internal thing, but anyway.
Oh my God.
Something better change because it's not going to be the run game. Maybe it is Jalen Hurts turning things around and taking things into his own hands.
Sorry, I'm texting my babe.
It's okay. You know what time it is. It's time to transition to Cowboys week.
Let's cut it off and move on to the boys.
It's Cowboys time, baby. Well, I mean, the Cowboys are coming off a game last night against the Raiders,
Chip Kelly sucks. Okay.
so they will have a short week. Advantage Eagles. The
Geno
Birds-
Smith,
Geno Smith has nothing to do with this game. He plays for the Raiders.
yeah, I know. But the Cowboys are coming off a Monday night high of them crushing the shit out of the Oakland Raiders. You don't even deserve the LA title. The Oakland Raiders are back in the gutter where they belong.
For a team that meets with Tom Brady every week, their offense is pretty ugly. Let me tell you.
Trash.
Although I do love me some Bowers. But the Birds are
Yeah, Brocky Boy's
currently,
a beast.
as of Tuesday, 8:30 p.m., the Birds are favored by 3.5 points going into Dallas.
That's it.
We cannot forget, Dons, week 1. Drop the banner. Cowboys in town.
Yep.
And the infamous loogie swap.
I hope Jalen spits on him again.
Dons, do you remember the Birds dropping that banner? The excitement, the feeling. I could just I could feel it right now. It was almost like pins and needles. I'm like, I can't believe it.
Bro, it was literally foreshadowing the entire season, Jalen Carter, man. I was just like most of you guys, so excited to see the season kick off, to see what Jalen Carter does on defense. And then he went and he ripped away our joy, and literally less than 15 seconds to that kickoff being played, called blah, 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 that kickoff being called dead, and Jalen Carter ripping our hearts out, basically. Sorry, I rambled.
It's okay. We have a kickoff. We go to commercial, or we come back from commercial. We have a kickoff. And then all of a sudden, the announcers kind of like, they did a good job of hiding it, but you could tell they were scrambling like, wait a minute, something's going on down there. Then we finally get the video
What do we
footage.
have here? Huh?
We finally get the footage of Jalen Carter. Coincidentally, Dons, I'm not going to bring this up and go on a big rant, but really funny how we didn't see the film of Dak Prescott spitting until midway through the first quarter, maybe second quarter.
Not even. That was like 3 days later.
Where was that video of Dak
facts.
Prescott spitting? So I say all that to say, Dons, this is a revenge game in
Dak's
more ways than one.
Oh my God, dude. I hope Jalen Carter picks up Dak Prescott over his head and he's just like,
Smash! Dons just cracked someone over his back. So, Dons, because it is Cowboys week,
yup.
I have 3 big questions heading into Cowboys week for you.
We smacking that.
Definitely. Let's start with number 1.
Number 1.
After an eventful week 1 without Jalen Carter due to his spitting incident with Dak Prescott, what kind of performance do you expect to see out of Mr. Carter in his revenge game in Dallas on Sunday?
2.5 sack game. 1 swatted ball. 6 QB pressures.
Yeah. I thought you were going to end it with like one, some kind of like celebration, or like we're going to catch him on camera doing some kind of mischief, doing some kind of gesture.
He's going to teabag Prescott after a sack.
He's going to do something, bro.
He's going to get a fine.
I listened to Ndamukong Suh talk about this. And I guess he had a conversation with Jalen Carter, because Jalen Carter has been compared to Ndamukong Suh.
No, he hasn't been as bad as Ndamukong, but...
No, but if you don't nip it in the bud, that's what you're going to be known for.
Yeah.
You don't want to be known as the guy who spit on somebody.
I like... Or do you?
Ooh.
Hola. Oh, what are you doing, step football player?
I think it's just...
Cal Nassib was like, hey, girl.
Dons.
Hey.
You're wild. No, I just think we're going to catch Carter on camera doing some kind of mischief. But Sue was saying...
Wait.
What?
Never mind. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Okay. Sue was talking about how there's other ways, Jalen, for you to get back at the quarterback.
Yes.
After you hit him, you maybe put a little weight on him when you get up and you lean off him. Or when you get up off him, off the pile, you kind of give him a little bit of an elbow. You dig that elbow in more. You put more weight on him. There are other things you can do in the game to let the quarterback know.
You tickle his pickle on a pile.
To let the quarterback know you're there. So, number 2, Dons. The Cowboys defense, Swiss cheese, holes all over it. Bottom 5 in many defensive categories throughout the season. With the way this Birds offense has looked lately and most of this year, is this Cowboys defense just what the Birds need to bounce back and find some rhythm? Or will this be another struggle offensively for the Birds?
We're playing in Dallas, in Arlington, Texas, which...
Jerry World.
Pretty mid.
Jerry World.
You have a team that is desperately looking for solutions with no answers on the horizon, and a quarterback who is starting to wear his frustrations a little bit on his face. And the best thing to do when you're frustrated is to go into somebody's house, look them dead in the face, calmly walk towards their person without their permission, raise your hand, grab their shirt, and what? Our offense is gonna slap the bricks on that Cowboys defense, bro. I have no doubt in my mind that this is a get-right game, and I think we're gonna do it by this. We are going to stop trying to force feed the ball to A.J. Brown. If you're not running your routes at full capabilities, you don't deserve to repetitively get targeted in an NFL football game. I don't care how good you are. A.J. Brown has been letting this offense down for weeks. He has been throwing half-hearted performances because he's not confident that his quarterback is getting him the ball. But you know who is? Jahan Dotson.
Yep.
You know who wants to run the rock? Tank Bigsby. You know who's feeding and dying for the ball? Devontae Smith. You know who's out there consistently stepping up for this offense? Dallas Goedert. Get the people the ball who want to be here. If A.J. Brown can't handle it, then I'm sorry. You're going to get your 6 targets a game. And we're going to move on. I'm tired of seeing this offense. Like I told you, I think this was week 2. Our offense looked so great until we started trying to force feed A.J. Brown the ball. And I think this is one of the major reasons why we're struggling. And I think A.J. has everything to prove. And if he comes correct and takes this game for what it is and takes it week by week and just says, I'm going to take my next step and just says, I'm going to make this next opportunity count. I was trying to see how long I could go and make these metaphors of moving forward. But if A.J. Brown steps his shit up and plays like the grown man that he's supposed to be, and let's not forget, these guys are still only 28, 27, 29 years old. In the real world, outside of the NFL, you're still a kid. Technically, we're still on that side. You go tell a 60-year-old that you're 30 years old, 32 years old, and you're feeling old, dude. Bro, people call you whippersnappers. Most people don't even get successful into their lives, especially men, for predominantly major category of the statistics of, that's not what I meant, of the population. You get more successful between like 33 and like 38. Like, you don't even mature financially and start doing well till that time frame for most people. Like, we're gonna beat the living hell out of the Dallas Cowboys. They don't have a shot. We're going to their home turf, and we're gonna show them why we're leading this NFC East, and we're gonna make it our bitch for the next 3 to 4 years.
Whew, I'm ready to run through a wall right now.
I don't know what I said.
Wow. That was amazing, Dons. That one of the best rants you've ever went on. Number 3, and the last question for Dons.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you asked me a question. My bad, dog.
The Birds are coming off not 1, 2 elite defensive performances 2 weeks ago in Green Bay and 2 nights ago in Detroit. Excuse me. Against Detroit. The Cowboys do present the Eagles with not 1, but 2 phenomenal elite talents at wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Last night, both of these men were benched for the opening drive of the game. We don't really know why disciplinary missed the meeting. I say all that to say, Dons, over or under 1.5 passing touchdowns for Dak Prescott on Sunday.
Over. He's definitely getting at least 2 touchdowns. They might not mean much. They might only score 17. They'll probably only score 17. Yeah, I think
Like a
score
late
17.
touchdown with like 6 minutes left. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll be up like 3 scores or 2 scores, or believe it or not, 2.5 scores.
Well said, Dons.
And then Dallas will score at the end. I really do think we're gonna take this team for a spin. I know whenever you play an NFC East team, or not even NFC East, a divisional rival, it's any given Sunday type stuff. The Cowboys are feeling themselves and are going into this game with good energy. And listen, they deserve it, but they don't have a dominating presence on defense. On offense, you have 2 very inconsistent players. And if our D-line continues to play the way that they did, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens aren't going to have the time to do what they're special at going down the field. So I'm choosing to believe in Vic Fangio-led defense, and I don't think this is going to be much of a ball game. I think the Eagles win 32-17.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, Dons, one thing that has changed since our first meeting is the rise of one Javonte Williams.
Disagree, but okay, go ahead. Tell me why.
He has turned himself into one of the best running backs in the NFL this season. not only the nerdy stats, but
Agreed.
the regular old people stats: yards, touchdowns, carries, yards per carry, yards after contact. The offensive line for the Cowboys isn't great. It's playing okay, but Williams has been unbelievable.
Yes.
Elusive. He's been running through people. He, in the past, was very hesitant with his runs. He seems to be more direct now, making a decision and following his cut.
Yes.
So maybe in week one, the Birds went into that game thinking, hey, we got to stop these two wide receivers. But now the Cowboys have a running game again. So let's hope the Birds can hold down that run game and keep Williams 50, 60 yards.
Well, we also didn't have Nakobe Dean, who, when inserted into this defense, has made a huge upgrade to our run game. I disagree with you for Javonte Williams. I think he's been running great all season long. He's being more noticed now, but the man's been pretty consistent all year. So I don't think you're getting a different Cowboys team. Just like you said, we just know who we are more at this time of the year. So I actually think things are going to be similar to the same. And we won't forget that CeeDee Lamb dropping a bunch of balls was probably the biggest difference maker in game one. So I do think the Cowboys do possess a challenge for the Eagles just based on roster construction. But I just believe in the Birds too much, man, to think that the Cowboys are going to come in here and win. I think Dak's going to throw for multiple interceptions, and I think the Eagles are going to get at least 10 points off of them, and we are going to win the game.
Don's expects an easy win.
Nope, I didn't say easy. I just think we're going to slap them around like you're a 22-year-old heavyweight world champion, and the Dallas Cowboys are a 2.5-year-old toddler that just invented the part of his brain to know that he wants a lollipop. I don't know where I was going with that one, but it's Mike Tyson beating up a baby.
I am going to make it a closer game. I would say it's going to be one of those games where in the third quarter with about 7 minutes left, we're going to look at each other and say, what is going on right now? Why are the Cowboys in this game? Similar to the Lions game where they made the field goal to make it a 7-point game, and I'm like thinking to myself, I can't believe the Lions are in reach to tie this game to win.
Yeah, we should have won by a lot more.
I feel very similar about this game where maybe the fourth quarter we take a chance, we make some big plays, but I think the majority of this game will be close. I expect 24-20 Eagles win.
Word.
Word to your mother.
Word. Well, I have a quick this just in with Don so we can do. We can close the pot out with this.
Okay, here we go.
And
What do we got?
In today's day, and honestly, in all days, if you want to think about it, there's been a lot of people struggling trying to make it in life and whatever that means to you. And sometimes, this just in with Don's and this very key component. This some bullshit. This is some bullshit. And I want you to know that if you're out there feeling like there's some bullshit, I'm feeling like there's some bullshit. I talk to a lot of people that think there's some bullshit, and I talk to more people that think some bullshit. So hang in there, man. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep moving forward, because even if you in bullshit, the pile's got to end at some point. So just keep marching through it. This just it with Don's. It's some bullshit. It's okay. It's some bullshit for me too. And keep rocking, I guess.
Keep pushing, Dons. We're all going through something.
The best. All right, man.
That's it. We did it.
That's it. We did it.
It's Cowboys week. Let's kick some ass,
Cowboys
baby.
week next week. Can't wait. What time are they playing? Sunday night again.
It's a 4:00 game, but I'm not
That'd
sure.
be
I'll
cool.
look it up.
Maybe we'll do a post game live.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe, follow, share. One of 32 on YouTube, on Spotify, 1day32@gmail.com. If you want to say anything to us, and listen, we appreciate everybody who stops by here, everybody who listens for a couple minutes or for a couple hours. We love you. We're Birds fans. Again, we did this because we're bird fans that never had a home, and we're building our own nest.
We have one now.
If you want to bring a little twig or a little piece of cotton or some debris, come add to our pile, man. Come here. Come talk to your boys, because we're looking for you.
We are.
Peace out, everybody.